going on, everybody? Welcome back to the 31 Days of Horror. I am your host, Mood616, and thank you once again for stopping in, guys. Yes, 31 Days of Horror Volume 7, Day 27 is coming at you live. Alright, so for today, we're going to take it back to 2001 with a film that was deemed basically lost. I think the story goes that this was originally made for Sub Rosa Cinema, and they decided not to put it out. I can kind of see why. So it just became obscure and kind of lost. I'm not sure exactly when the Sleaze Box and Gator Blade Films got together and put this one out on like a physical copy. It says 2001. I'm not sure when this actually came out. But they got together and put out this finally. And like I said, it was deemed as like a lost film and stuff like that. Directed by Angel Martin, which they actually talk about this in the new documentary, Blood, Guts, and Sunshine. And it is called Necrosluts. Now that is a fucking title right there for you. Necrosluts. So honestly, I mean, I really didn't know much about this except for the fact I had read something on this a long time ago. I know this is like a regional Florida film and that it was deemed as a lost film. And that always intrigues me when films are deemed lost and they get released, like, you know, so much later and stuff like that. I always want to see films like that for some reason. But yeah, this one right here, Necrosluts, the title alone, I was like, come on, I got to check out a film called Necrosluts. That's ridiculous. I just thought I probably can't even show the menu. Holy fuck, that's probably pretty bad. Probably going to get flagged. I don't even think I can show the cover here. Probably not. Anyways, whatever. No one's going to watch this review anyways. So Necrosluts, basically the premise of this is the film starts out with a woman being interviewed on this program called like Necrosluts or whatever. She's all blocked out. It's like one of those kind of like news things, you know, where like someone doesn't want to be seen on camera and they're blocked out and their voice is altered and stuff like that. Even the guy interviewing her, his voice is a little bit altered and stuff. So this woman is being interviewed and she's telling the story of how she has this video footage of her basically committing a horrible crime, which is giving herself an abortion with a coat hanger. And this guy's asking her questions about it, and he's basically asking why she's willing to be releasing this footage to the public now and stuff like that. And he's basically going on and on. He's like, you know, like, people are going to know who you are now. And she's like, no, well, I've had lots of work done. People won't recognize me and stuff like that. So you got this interview process, then it cuts into the footage basically of this woman giving herself an abortion with a coat hanger. And it's just like mounds of blood and ridiculousness. And she's masturbating with it. And it's like a close-up of the pussy and stuff. It's very pornographic and it's really fucking nasty. This scene goes on for like 20 minutes. It's slow-mo, like not good like Sam Peckinpah slow-mo. It's just like slow-mo and shit like that. Then it cuts back into the interview and it repeats itself. And then it's basically one scene that's chopped up into like 3 parts. And then you get another part of it, and then the boyfriend's there, and ultimately the goal, what the goal is here is that, you know, they abort the baby and then they eat it and stuff like that, hence Necrosluts. So that is basically the premise of the film. It's a hard one to talk about because it only runs about 46 minutes. Like I said, it's like basically one scene that's kind of chopped up into this interview process. And, you know, we have 2 main characters. Lots of fucking sleazy blood and gore and grossness, and this movie is vile and disgusting and nasty and ridiculous, and it's one of those films where I'm not even sure 100% if it's even actually a movie. It's more of like a scene that's been elongated into 45 minutes that's really about 5 minutes long. So but I will say I was repulsed. I was absolutely repulsed watching this movie because I can handle a lot of shit, man, but there's something about vagina blood that I just, oh God, like when they start eating the fetus in this, I'm like, okay, fine. That's probably the less gross part about this, but I gotta say, man, the chick that's, you know, giving the abortion with the coat hanger is fucking awesome looking, man. She's really good looking. Dude, when the boyfriend joins in this, man, it just gets so gross because like he's underneath her, like his head's like right under her pussy, and he's just like, he's like staring at the camera, giving all these fucking looks and shit. He's just really getting into it. It's all nasty and shit. And the blood is just pouring onto him and shit. And then it takes it one step further, and all of a sudden they've got this fetus, and they're making out and chewing on it and shit. It's really fucking nasty, dude. Like, I was actually gagging watching this. It looks really real. Like, I was thinking to myself going, now this is shot on video. And when you watch shot on video stuff, it gives that realism appeal to it, right? Because video just always felt like when you're watching home videos, they're just real, right? That's kind of what it feels like. And I'm pretty sure that it actually is shot on video. The funny thing about this film is that it doesn't even have an IMDb page, or it's not even on Letterboxd. That's how fucking obscure this shit is. I was like, damn, that doesn't actually happen very often. So I couldn't look up any of the specs. I couldn't find out if it was shot on video, but I'm pretty sure it's shot on video. So my thing is, if this thing didn't have any headers, or it didn't have that interview process, or they took out the music, you would think that this thing was a fucking real video, man. Like, that's how, like, the gore and blood in this is pretty good, man. And, like, it just comes across as being good. Obviously, if it wasn't in slow-mo over the whole time, too, which, like I said, is probably like a 5 or 7 minute footage that's elongated into, like, probably 30 minutes of just nastiness between this video, between this interview and stuff like that. So, again, I'm not even sure if this is a movie, more of just, like, a bloody, nasty, vile, disgusting, vomit-inducing porno. It's a fetish film. It's a motherfucking fetish film is what it is. Again, I'm not a big fan of vagina blood. I think that's nasty. I think giving yourself an abortion with a coat hanger is pretty damn vile. Like, I mean, let's face it. And honestly, dude, when there's pieces of this fetus that comes out, I was like, ugh, ugh, gross. I always wonder why people come up with ideas like this. I mean, I feel like this was made purely for shock value. There's really no damn point to this whatsoever. Like, there's no narrative. It's literally just, it feels like this underground thing. And that's the kind of the point of the film that makes me laugh too, is that, you know, the narrative, if you want to say, the interview process is like, you know, she's not showing her face, but because she's had all this work done, blah, blah, blah. But, like, you're willing to get this footage out there and stuff. And I'm just like, why? Why would you ever want to release this in general? Like, it's just ridiculous to me. But I do feel like maybe this wasn't the whole movie. I'm not 100% sure what the full history of the film is. All I know is the sub-rosa didn't want to release this. It became lost and stuff like that. So I'm wondering if they had planned on doing more of this. But, you know, I could see the idea for this, to me, would have been better if, you know, I like the interview process. I like the fact of showing these kind of vile videos and stuff. But if they had done it in more sections, like different people, different stories and stuff, made this an anthology, cut that one down to 7-8 minutes, you know, and done 3 or 4 of these interviews and made it like a, you know, Necrosluts, different stories of Necrosluts, you know, I think that would have been a totally better idea. But to elongate it into 46, 47 minutes just seems utterly ridiculous to me. This is not going to be for the majority of my viewers. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm not even sure it's even for myself. Since I don't really deem this as like a full-blown movie, I don't even know. I'm actually not going to rate this because I don't know how to rate this at all. When I get repulsed by a film, I'm like, okay, they did their job. It doesn't happen very often, but it did here. It did here. I get cringe-worthy moments in films with eye gouging and stuff like that, but this one is just like, it's so relentless. It just it never stops. It's so gross. And I think I just talked about this movie for about a quarter of the length of the actual film. Somehow. So, oh man, I don't know. For the people that like to have and obtain or watch very obscure, thought to be lost films and stuff like that, Necrosluts might be something that you might be intrigued by. I mean, I'm not mad that I own a copy of this. I got it directly from Sean Donahue, so, you know, it's an interesting kind of piece for the collection and stuff, and it's something that you could probably show someone and be like, check this shit out, man, this is fucked up. So yeah, for that aspect, it's probably worth having in the collection, but man, I tell you, it's a tough little watch. It's nauseating. It's violent. It's vomit inducing, and it actually made my stomach curl. Like, I actually felt ill after watching this, and yeah, I had to watch something funny after, because I was like, my brain I can't unsee this shit. I can't unsee it. So, Necrosluts. Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna rate it because I just don't feel like it's warranted of a rating. If it sounds like something that's up your alley for all you sickos out there, I mean, I did enjoy the realistic gore and blood that was happening, but to a point, man, it would have been great as a short. So maybe like this review. It went on like 10 minutes. Crazy. All right, guys, that's going to do it here for day 27. I'll be back tomorrow, day 28. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty. Hope you guys are enjoying the 31 Days of Horror and this fall Halloween season, which has been very, very nice here. Our weather's been fucking A fucking plus, man. It's crazy. All right, guys. Anyways, check you guys later. And as usual, deuces! Man, that deuces came out fucked up. Ew.